Andrew Schultz continues to be inept and incapable of taking any responsibility. Deep-throated Trump's nuts during his entire interview. Did not ask a single question about Jeffrey Epstein. And this guy, he's a Rogan Spear comedian. These guys are in love with all the conspiracy theories. Yet not a single question, not one, of the granddaddy of all conspiracies, Jeffrey Epstein. Not a single question. But the MAGA comedian, Andrew Schultz, is surprised that the chronic liar, Donald Trump, did not live up to his word. This guy was born yesterday. We had a term of Trump already in 2016. Andrew didn't learn from 35,000 lies in 4 years. He still took the chronic liar, the multi-time bankrupt businessman, at his word. It's just crazy that the amount of credence that people give such gullible, buffoonish comedians. It's just insane. It's I have no words for it. Anyway, here we go.
Ruined America, you know.
Nice.
We were trying to hold the person in power, President Trump, accountable for not fulfilling some of his promises, and that was foolish, man.
Nah, you're an idiot,
That
dude.
was
You're
a
bad
foolish
person.
thing to do. Once you vote for somebody, no matter what they do, even if it's the exact opposite of what they say they're gonna do.
Yeah, because we're mad at you for calling out Trump for lying, and not for not seeing that the chronic liar was never going to do what he promised. Keep in mind, these guys are even incorrect on their basic premise. Trump is doing everything he promised. Mass deportation, he's doing that. Tariffs, he's doing that. Just read Project 2025. These guys are doing everything they campaigned on. The clown Schultz is the only one that can't see it.
You just ride that until the wheels fall off.
Yes, double
Right?
down.
Exactly.
Always double down.
Like if you vote for a guy that you know is dead, you pretend he's not dead for 4 years.
Exactly.
That's what makes you virtuous.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's what makes you care about your country.
Yeah.
a side, man. You pick a side and you die for that side.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, you know, that was a big fuck up of ours.
That was a big fuck up, man.
Huge.
We just kind of wanted to know about Epstein, you know, victimizing 1,000 girls and who else he did it with. We just kind of wanted to know.
You kind of wanted to know yet. Again, he had Trump face to face for 2 hours, 3 hours. Not a single question. Again, this guy's a clown.
And Trump was like, you're not going to know. And we were like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
But that's
being
our fault.
Yeah, that's being a bad American.
But we were being bad.
A good
Americans
American
right
says
there.
yes, T Daddy. Thank you so much.
Damn.
And I have some more.
Yes,
That's what you're supposed to say.
Yes.
That's what a good American says.
Because a bad American would be like, yo, you said you were going to end these foreign wars and we're still just blowing up places we don't want to blow up anymore.
Yeah.
No.
But what would a good American do?
You just say, oh, thank you so much.
A non-naive person would see that the guy that bombed an Iranian general in his first term, that did the Abraham Accords, which pissed off the Palestinian people. Some say it's a precursor to October 7th. I wouldn't go that far. However, the man was definitely not anti-war. And if you were anything but a infant, you would have seen that.
Much, can I have another one?
Oh,
Yeah. That's what you said. Good American goes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so a bad American would be like, wait, you said you were going to lower the deficit, but right now we're just...
Yes, bro. That's what you voted for. That's what you voted for. If you vote.
Oh, it's as if we didn't have 4 years to see Trump do record level deficits. We didn't have 4 years to see that he was already full of shit.
Vote for that, then you got to stick with that the whole way through, no matter what. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, wow, that doesn't seem very democratic at all.
No, well, good Democrat, if somebody wants to change their mind on Donald Trump, says, no, you're not allowed to, and instead of wondering what maybe made you vote for him, you just say, you're stupid, you're a bad person, we don't change anything, we're perfect.
Because I figured what they would want to do is maybe win the midterms.
Oh, no.
Or
You don't
maybe
want-
even win the
But you
election.
don't want to win, you want to be right just on Twitter.
So just right now.
Yeah, on Twitter for 5 minutes.
The most selfish
3
thing
days.
that they could possibly be.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
only them. Just
Yes,
get
of
some
course.
clicks and views.
Of course, because you don't
right.
actually have to care about like what the state of America.
Right.
You can tell that these guys are upset that they got it wrong. They were Trump supporters during the election. They thought he was going to usher in a golden age, and we have a nincompoop age. We have a bronze age. We have a shit age right now. And people, rightfully so, called them out, and they can't take that they're incorrect.
It's not like we live in a democracy where you lost and you actually need people that are disorganized to go on your side.
So you got to go to the party that just doesn't have primaries for candidates.
That's
where you go.
I get
Hate to break it to the four clowns, but no, Democrats do not need you. They just need Trump voters to be disillusioned enough to not show up, which, again, is happening. Do you think these clowns are going to vote for Donald Trump in 2028? Do you think they're going to take a break off a work day to vote during the midterms? Hell no. The reality is he's already done the hard work. He's done the heavy lifting. He's disillusioned his voters, and that's really all you need. 300 million people in the country, you don't need Andrew Schultz.
And if you're upset by that, you love Trump and everything he did and every lie he tells.
That's a great point.
That's your problem.
That's a great
You don't want to hold them accountable or get disillusioned by them. It makes you a bad
That's
person.
a great point. I know. You know what I should have done? It's like if I wanted to vote for somebody who was going to end the foreign wars, who was going to increase the budget, and who was going to, just silence the Epstein files and throw it away. I should have just voted for Kamala, right? Because she was going to do that.
And that's what had been happening.
And that's what was happening. And she said she was going to continue. So I should have just voted for that.
Exactly, because you were happy with the status quo.
I wanted something different. I was hoping for some sort of change.
Oh, no, yeah. Then you should have voted for Kamala.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Trump in 2016. And again, there was no change ushered off first-term Trump. These guys are mentally retarded to think he would do anything differently this time. It's all cope. I'll move ahead.
Made us.
But I don't regret it at all. I don't even regret voting for him at all. Because
Still no regrets. Understand that these guys just said that he did nothing. He did nothing that they wanted him to do. And despite that, no regrets. This is how stupid these guys are. And it's how badly certain people want to double down on being wrong. So they just said, it would be stupid for us to double down. Meanwhile, they're doubling down.
what you've seen is all these Democrats that are starting to take up the issues that he was the one campaigning on. Ooh. So essentially what he's done is pull the Democrat Party over to the center. So if they start talking about these issues, Ro Khanna, who we have on later on this podcast. So today we got I don't even know if I already said this, but we got the Pod Save America boys.
And Ro Khanna.
The OG podcast bros. They don't get the credit that they deserve, but they are the OG bros, okay? We've kind of taken over the Manosphere bro thing, but they were the fucking Obamasphere bros or whatever that was back in the day.
We appropriate.
So we sorry for taking that from you guys, but no, they're fucking brilliant, and they've got great perspective on what's happening politically and like how the Dems can take advantage of these kind of moments where the right is fractured. And then we got Ro Khanna, who's pushing up this bill in Congress right now where he wants to release the entire unredacted Epstein files. Yeah. And we're going to get a moment where hopefully we get to see which congressmen decide that they do not want that out there. And that is going to be very telling.
Yeah, and we had that moment, and once again, Schultz is incorrect. Every Republican voted against it. I think there were over 100 to 200 Democrats that voted for the release of the Epstein files. Again, this guy is the supporter of the party of pedophiles with his disgusting mustache, no consistency, no ideology, terrible person.
Yes.
So I'm very excited for you guys to hear this conversation. But yeah, that is a great point. We're really fucking awesome. Was that the point that you were making?
Yes. We changed the Democratic Party, I think, is the point that you made.
But yeah, but it's like now you see so much of the Democratic Party that's echoing a lot of the sentiments that are usually on the right.
Yeah.
Right? So they're pulling over. Like I think you see Democrats like Roe is basically taking on the Epstein conspiracy. Yeah. That's a right-wing thing that now the right wing is trying to sweep under the rug. So
again, he's clownish. The Epstein thing was never a left or right thing. There were equally people on the left that were easily pissed off about a child trafficking ring, and to suggest that that was a right-wing thing is evidence that he's completely lost his mind. Anyway, to summarize, these guys have basically downplayed the fact that they were incorrect. They were instrumental to Trump winning. And despite how wrong they were, how messed up things are becoming, they don't regret their vote. So, say what you will about them, say that they're stupid, say that they're not thinking individuals, but the reality is they're a waste of a vote. You can only reform somebody if they're willing to look at their decisions and reflect and realize that, oh, I maybe should have voted the other way. That's not one Andrew Schultz. There's 300 million people in the country. You don't need to convert a MAGA shill like Andrew Schultz and his band of baboons, his band of buffoons. The Trump base just needs to be disillusioned enough to believe that both sides are the same, which is essentially what happened to the left wing. A lot of lefties thought that, oh yeah, Trump and Kamala will be the same. Then they woke up to their wife and children being deported. So the reality is, leftists as a whole now understand that Kamala was the better candidate. Kamala wouldn't have ruined your way of life. And they understand now that, with family members being detained, people getting their green cards revoked, people getting deported to Venezuela or El Salvador and to CCOT, they're realizing now that, both sides are not the same. So when there is a vote next time, they're not going to sit home on the couch. Now, on the other hand, the right-wingers like Andrew Schultz, they're realizing now that, oh, Democrats or Republicans are the same, even though, again, it's a false truth. It is so far off the truth, but the reality is we don't need them to grasp the full truth. We just need them to believe that both sides are the same, and they'll be disillusioned. They won't come out to vote. And once they don't come out to vote, then Republicans lose. Democrats have enough people in this country to win elections. You don't need an Andrew Schultz. You don't need Joe Rogan. You can win by disillusioning the right wing, and that's extremely easy with all this Epstein bullshit. But anyway, I'll end with this. Andrew Schultz is a clown. Akash Singh is a clown. Alex, I think that's the more liberal of the bunch. You're an enabler because you see this bullshit behavior and you're co-signing it by not saying anything. And then the black dude whose name I am forgetting, you are also an even worse enabler because you've called them out on this bullshit before and I've seen you do it. But you were very quiet during this segment. And I know you don't want to piss off your boy Andrew, but you need to start speaking up, buddy.